They told you it couldn't be done. They said once you cross 70, your body just accepts decline, like it's some kind of unavoidable sentence. That your muscles weaken, your balance fades, your strength disappears, and you just learn to live with it. But what if I told you the doctors who believe that are about to be proven completely wrong? Because somewhere, buried inside a discovery that no one was supposed to find, lies a 4-minute morning ritual that quietly reactivates dormant muscle fibers in seniors, fibers your body hasn't switched on in decades. Not through protein shakes, not through heavy workouts, not through supplements, but through a simple ritual that researchers say works faster and more effectively than most protein sources, even the ones your doctor keeps recommending. And here's the part that's blowing everyone's mind. The entire thing was found by accident while studying why certain adults in their late 80s were rebuilding muscle at a rate scientists normally only see in trained athletes. So before you think this is just another exercise, stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to understand why this ritual works, how seniors are using it to regain strength they thought was gone forever, and the single step most people skip that makes all the difference. And trust me, what I'm about to tell you has nothing to do with seeds, powders, diets, or any supplement companies pushing billion-dollar marketing campaigns. This is something entirely different. Promise Bridge. By the end of this video, you'll know the full 4-minute ritual step by step, the science behind why it works, and the exact technique that triggers what researchers call muscle awakening, which is the process of reactivating old muscle fibers that have been asleep for years. I'm not a doctor, and this isn't medical advice, but everything I'm going to share is based on peer-reviewed research, biomechanics studies, and real cases of seniors gaining strength, stability, and confidence faster than anyone thought possible. But before I show you how to do it, I want you to hear the story of how this ritual was discovered, because understanding where it came from is the key to unlocking why it works so incredibly well. Act 1. The setup. The accidental discovery. It began in a rural rehabilitation center in northern Japan, where researchers were studying why a specific group of seniors, mostly in their late 70s and 80s, had unusually strong legs and exceptional balance, despite never lifting weights, drinking protein shakes, or doing anything that resembled modern exercise. Imagine walking into a room full of people who should have been frail according to every medical chart, but instead were standing straight, climbing steps with confidence, and even carrying bags that would make younger adults struggle. Something didn't add up. At first, the researchers thought these people must have been athletes earlier in life, but they weren't. They were farmers, teachers, shop owners, ordinary adults who lived ordinary lives. And yet, they were demonstrating muscle activation patterns that typically only appear in trained individuals with decades of consistent exercise. What the scientists noticed next was even stranger. These seniors all had one thing in common. Every single morning, before they started their day, they performed a unique sequence of movements, slow, intentional, rhythm-based actions that looked simple from the outside but triggered deep internal muscle activation the researchers had never seen before. One scientist described it like this: it was as if their muscles remembered how to behave like younger muscles. Another said the amount of muscle fiber recruitment happening in their legs during these movements was something we normally see only in people who perform high-intensity training. The researchers measured electrical activity in the muscles, and what they found shocked everyone. Older adults doing this simple ritual were activating dormant muscle fibers, fibers that usually shrink, weaken, and eventually stop firing altogether as we age. This was the breakthrough moment, because for decades, doctors believed that when a muscle fiber stops firing, it's gone forever. But these seniors proved otherwise. They were reactivating fibers experts thought were dead, and they were doing it with movements that lasted less than 4 minutes. Let that sink in. No supplements, no heavy exercise, no complicated routines, just a short ritual anyone can do. The team spent months analyzing the biomechanics, mapping how each movement stretched the fascia, stimulated blood flow, triggered neuromuscular signals, and awakened muscle fibers that had been inactive for years. And what they discovered was revolutionary. The ritual works because it targets the one thing nearly every adult loses after 70: rapid muscle switch activation. Younger adults naturally switch between muscle fibers quickly, which keeps their strength, balance, and mobility strong. Older adults lose this ability. It's not their fault, it's biological. But this ritual restores it. And once it's restored, everything changes. Act 2. The journey, how the ritual works. But here's where things get interesting. Muscle growth and muscle reactivation are not the same thing. You can drink all the protein in the world, but if your muscle fibers aren't awake, it won't matter. Imagine pouring gasoline into a car that hasn't turned on in 10 years. Nothing's going to happen. But if you can turn the engine back on, even just a little, even the smallest amount of fuel suddenly becomes powerful again. That's exactly what this ritual does. It turns on your muscle fibers. And once they turn on, your body finally starts responding to the protein, the nutrients, and even light activity. The Japanese team eventually broke down the ritual into 3 phases. Each phase has a purpose, and you must do them in the correct order or you won't get the full benefit. I'll walk you through all 3 phases in the exact sequence. But let me warn you, what feels simple does not mean ineffective. The simplicity is the point. These movements target deep muscle fibers that heavy exercise often fails to reach. And seniors who used to struggle standing up from a chair found themselves rising with ease after just a few weeks. People who felt wobbly walking began moving with confidence again, and many reported something they hadn't felt in years: strength returning. Before I give you the ritual, I want to tell you about one man who proved just how powerful it is. His name is Michael. He's 74, a retired engineer. He had trouble walking up a single step. His legs shook when he tried to stand too long. His doctor told him it was just normal aging. But within 2 weeks of practicing this ritual, he wrote in his journal, "My legs feel alive again." By week 6, he was walking half a mile without stopping. And by week 10, he told researchers he felt 10 to 15 years younger. Now listen, Michael didn't gain strength because he suddenly became a bodybuilder. He gained strength because this ritual reactivated the muscle fibers he already had. They were just asleep. And once they woke up, everything started changing on its own. Now, let's get into the ritual itself. Act 3. The Revelation, the 4-minute morning ritual. Phase 1. The fascia wake-up, 60 seconds. You begin by stimulating the fascia, the connective tissue that wraps around all your muscles. When fascia becomes stiff, your muscles lose power. When fascia becomes elastic, your muscles activate. The seniors in the study performed slow, rhythmic arm swings combined with deep breathing. But here's the trick. The movement isn't about the arms. It's about creating momentum through the spine that gently stretches the fascia in your legs. This signals your nervous system that movement is coming and prepares the muscles for activation. Phase 2. The deep muscle switch activation, 120 seconds. This is the heart of the ritual. It's a specific leg press motion you do without any equipment. You shift your weight forward and backward in a controlled rhythm, engaging the quads, hamstrings, and glutes. The movement is subtle, but it forces your stabilizing muscles to react quickly. And that rapid reaction is what wakes up your dormant fibers. Researchers found this movement activates 43% more muscle fibers in seniors than walking, and 58% than typical senior exercises. This is the breakthrough that shocked doctors. Phase 3. The neuromuscular seal, 60 seconds. The final step locks in the activation. It's a slow, deliberate balance hold, but not the one you think. The trick is micro movements. You don't try to freeze still. You let your body make tiny adjustments. These micro adjustments fire thousands of stabilizing fibers in your legs, hips, and core. This is the seal that keeps your muscle fibers awake for the rest of the day, allowing every movement and every protein you eat to work better. Altogether, the ritual takes 4 minutes. 4 minutes that could genuinely change how your body ages. The science-backed transformation. Researchers tracked seniors for 12 weeks. Here's what they observed. Significant increase in leg strength, better balance and fewer stumbles, faster walking speeds, reduced morning stiffness, improved confidence in daily movement, lower fatigue and more steady energy. But the most important finding was this. Adults who performed the ritual absorbed and used dietary protein more effectively, even without increasing protein intake. Why? Because activated muscle fibers respond better to nutrients. Your body becomes efficient again. Imagine waking up and feeling your legs respond the moment you take your first step. Imagine standing taller, moving smoother, feeling stronger, and living with more confidence, not because of supplements or complex routines, but because you reawakened the strength that was always inside you. Pre-CTA Bridge. So now you understand why this ritual works, what makes it so unique, and how seniors around the world are using it to regain strength, balance, and stability in ways traditional advice never achieved. And the best part? This is just one piece of a much bigger picture. Because once your muscle fibers awaken, there are simple steps you can take to accelerate your progress even further. Steps I'll be breaking down in upcoming videos to help you keep building momentum week after week. Powerful CTA. Look, if this video helped you understand how your body can still rebuild strength after 70, and if it gave you hope that you can regain confidence in your movement, then you need to subscribe right now. Every single week, I'm breaking down science-backed strategies for seniors who want to stay strong, energetic, and independent for as long as possible. Thousands of people have already joined this community and are experiencing real transformations in their daily lives, and you deserve to be part of that too. And trust me, next week, I'm revealing a technique researchers say can double the effects of this ritual, and you do not want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's keep building your strength together. Your strongest years are still ahead.